Got a secret, can you keep it? Swear this one you save. Better lock it in your pocket, taking this one to the grave. If I show you, then I know you won't tell what I said. 'Cause two can keep a secret if one of them is dead.
Hey everyone, this is Ranter, and I'm back with another commentary. I apologize for two things. One, the hiatus that I inadvertently went on for a little bit, and two, I'm apologizing in advance for the length of this video, because this is going to be a long one. Anyways, we're going to be looking at Most Hated Stuff. Yeah, Most Hated Stuff. I know, he's kind of bandwagon at this point, but you know what, I don't care, I'm going to do it anyway. Anyways, he recently made a video on MacBoy Redux on his commentary on, well, David the Ranter, or in this case, or as he referred to him as Most Hated Stuff, because that is the username of the channel. And as you probably could guess, the video was bad. Anyways, when I started making this video, I honestly just kind of didn't care, so there aren't going to be any skipping clips in this. However, I will be skipping around here a lot for a few reasons. Reason number one being that the original video is 43 minutes, and that's in of itself is not an issue. However, the issue is the fact that a lot of the points are kind of redundant, thus making it 43 minutes. The other reason that I'm going to be cutting things out, and the more prominent one being that this is an 8-degree commentary, with mine being the 9th. And at this point, the majority of the degrees are just not relevant anymore. Degrees 1 through, 4 just don't really matter in these arguments anymore, and there's no real reason to keep them in. So they're going to be pretty much cut out from by default, unless I really, really need them in order to substantiate an argument. Spoiler alert, I really don't. There is another reason, though. This kind of tacks back into the fact that this is an 8th degree, and I'm going to explain it as clearly as I possibly can. Degree 1 through 3's audio is completely shot to hell. Degree 4 and 5 are barely audible. Degree 6 and 7 are going to be strictly used to substantiate points. And Degree 8 is the center focused. Anyways, I have wasted more than enough time. Let's get this commentary started.
There is no place like home.
No.
Ho, ho, ho,
Jesus,
everybody.
it sounds like he
Welcome
ate
to
the
the
mic.
Most Hated Stuff. I'm Talking Santa, your host for today.
I'm skipping most of this intro, except for this part.
I noticed that both MacBoy and Douchebag have mostly the same exact testimonies in each of their commentaries.
Testimony. Evidence based on observation or knowledge. An outward sign. A solemn declaration made by a witness under oath, especially in court. Synonyms include evidence, confirmation, proof, and testament. So what you're basically saying is that both MacBoy and Dirtbike had proof.
Hello everyone, this is MacBoy Redux with another commentary. One day, during a Skype chat, we were talking about a video that's actually that we were wondering was worth commentating on. A really bad video by a user who goes by the name of Most Hated Stuff. Well, considering that Half-Wild Hero brought it up, I wonder how bad it could be. Oh my god. 42 minutes for a commentary? Are you kidding me?
Oh my god, who the hell cares? And no, we're not kidding you.
Who cares, huh? I would say just about every single person who's watched your crappy-ass video.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I've seen some pretty long commentaries, but as you know, they were actually good. They were entertaining as well as informative. This video is a disaster.
I think you should be a little more specific with that point you just made. Just because you don't like something doesn't mean others don't. This is not a unanimous vote, you know.
Two things. One, he's about to get more specific. It's called the rest of the commentary. And two, you're right, it isn't a unanimous vote. Just that every single person that's bothered commentating has told you the same exact thing in the sense that your videos are too long and that your points are repetitive. Not unanimous at all. Oh, and here, while we're at it, here's a picture of your subscriber count. See that number? You see how it's a 5? That means that not many people enjoy your videos.
Greetings people of YouTube, welcome to the Most Hated Stuff.
Oh joy, another Speakonia commentary. This won't get annoying very quick.
Can I ask you something? Why the hell do you want to bash Speakonia so much? The argument is so cliché, just let it go.
Yes, the argument is cliché for a reason. Wanna know why? Because no one likes it! Here, I'll even put a link to my video explaining why Speakonia is a bad tool for commentaries in the description. Enjoy.
Now for this commentary, I will be doing it with a partner. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Uncle Hammer.
Hello folks, how are you all doing?
So both commentary subjects are responding in this video. Yeah, this won't reek of butthurt at all, will it?
Can you define butthurt for me?
Okay, a couple of things. One, it's time to really crawl out from underneath that rock, because you should know what butthurt means. And two, I'm going to be cutting out most of those stupid-ass animations, unless I really have something to bring up.
Hey, what the fuck, man? You trying to half-ass the goddamn video? I should probably mention that in addition to this guy complaining over the fact that David's commentary on Modern Day was 42 minutes long, he skips a lot, and I mean a lot, during this commentary video, just like Mr. Douchebag and all the other commentators like Modern Dave.
Well, if the original video wasn't repetitive and 42 minutes long, he wouldn't have to.
Hello and welcome to a commentary. I'm your host, Martin. Man, it's been a while, hasn't it?
It's only been a few months for me. So how long has it been for you?
I don't know, about a month when the video was originally uploaded.
Rule number 67 in the Guide to Commentating. Monotone or not, learn how to take a joke.
Hey, come here. I have a question for you. How can we tell it's a joke when it's in frickin' monotone? This is another problem with Speakonia, in that any joke that you really tell in a commentary, unless it relies on being done with Speakonia, falls flat by default.
And besides, David the Ranter's commentary video on Modern Dave was uploaded 4 months after Modern Dave's initial video.
Well, it's a good thing that he was talking about Modern Dave's video, not yours.
Now, originally I was going to do another video that I had in mind on commentating on, but I decided it's not worth it.
Sounds very similar to my situation that I stated earlier about me originally wanting to do some hatred rant videos before making another commentary. So I guess that makes us a little bit even.
Kind of a pointless statement, don't you think?
Would you mind elaborating on how it's a pointless statement, please? Because I don't think that statement was pointless at all.
Would you mind elaborating on how that statement wasn't pointless at all? Because I would thought it was pretty freaking pointless. See, I could be a nitpicky hypocrite, too.
Or maybe, just maybe, he just didn't have the patience to sit through that whole video and respond to it, especially considering how freaking long it is.
Well, if someone doesn't have the time or patience to do a commentary on their own, regardless of how long the video is, then they shouldn't even bother with the subject and ask other people to do their dirty work for them. It's just not right.
The one major problem that I have with this argument is that it can be literally applied to anything. Anything! Don't have the time or patience to make a commentary? Well, I guess that commentary's not getting done, because you can't hire anyone to do it. Don't have time or patience in order to draw a picture? Well, I guess you're out of luck because you can't hire someone to draw it for you. Don't have time or patience or the skill in order to write a song? Well, you can't commission someone to do it. You gotta do it by yourself. Don't have the time or patience to come up with a logo for your company? Well, you can forget about hiring anyone because you need to do it yourself.
Again with the video skips, and he's not even close to being done with them. He is going to be skipping parts in this video a lot, and I mean a lot more than just 2. Just a common symptom of disbelief in making long videos. Like, I'm sure that someone watching this video right now is going to complain about the length of how long this video is, but let me tell you, I don't care, and anybody who complains is getting coal.
I guess you really don't care about the production quality of your videos. I guess you really don't care if your videos are actually watchable. I guess you really don't care if whether or not anyone actually watches your videos. Because clearly, you don't care about the length. But everyone else does. Remember this? 5.
Speakonia, the way of the future. That has been around since 1995.
What I meant in that statement about my voice was, because Speakonia and other forms of speech text sounds computerized and can state whatever words you type in, it's as if it seems futuristic.
Jokes? What are those?
Just take a look at Rule 67 in the Guide to Commentating. That should help you out.
Says the person who should honestly be taking a look at that section themselves. Because if it was a joke, it was delivered poorly. And if it wasn't, that wouldn't surprise me. And if you're saying calling Speakonia futuristic is supposed to be the joke, well, I have some news for you. We still can't tell because it's in frickin' Speakonia. Remember what I said? Any joke that you could normally tell in a commentary falls flat when you suddenly use Speakonia.
Uh-oh, that's strike 3.
Is this supposed to be humor? Really? This is the extent of your comedy?
Looks like you failed to recognize my sarcasm overall in that sentence. But I guess I'm not too surprised about it since I'm using Speakonia, where I don't really expect my sarcasm to be all that great. I really wish Speakonia had a sarcasm mode for the voices.
Yeah, me too.
You could have pointed out that you were being sarcastic, or better yet, not even use Speakonia and actually use your microphone.
Where have I seen this before? Oh yeah, Mr. Douchebag.
I'm sorry, but I don't care what excuse you use. Speakonia is a terrible tool to use for commentaries.
Yes, that may be your opinion, and at least you have a fair, legitimate argument for your opinion. But MacBoy, I don't think the Most Hated Stuff is going to give up easily on using Speakonia for David the Ranter's voice. So I would best recommend that you just drop the whole argument whatsoever and let David deal with it himself. If they want to use Speakonia for the Ranter voices, then that's their dealings, and that's their problems if you consider it problems, okay?
Remember this? 5!
What the fuck is this? Who does this guy think he is, a fucking cheater? And why the hell should it matter if the video is 40 minutes long?
Yeah, that is such bullshit.
Well, let's look at the reasons why we tend to skip certain parts of a video when we commentate on it. There's the fact that we might not be able to say something on a certain part, and therefore leaving it in would drag out the video, so we tend to cut that out.
That would make you a coward, and a true commentator should know better.
Or there's redundancy by constantly repeating a point, so there's no reason to include that. Or maybe there's even the simple fact that you tend to drag out your points.
Like me and David the Ranter have said, there is no fucking excuse. It is not a good idea to cut out any parts of a video during a commentary. Doesn't matter whether or not they drag out long or whatever the fuck reason. P.S. You need to watch my mini rant on people bitching about long-ass commentaries. Well, why I hate it.
So, people shouldn't skip, huh? So, TOG, Professor, Youngblood Fantasy 91, me, MacBoy, Dirtbike Redden, David was here. Pretty much any commentator worth their salt shouldn't skip. Oh, by the way, remember this? Yeah, that's still a 5.
Which kind of leads into the next point, the length. People won't care if the video's really long, as long as there's an attempt to entertain and it's informative. Nobody wants to watch an overly long video if it's boring or just completely redundant.
Aha! What you just said right there is living proof that Mr. Douchebag completely copied off your video, considering the fact that your video was uploaded before his.
Or that they share similar opinions and notice the same problems.
Anyway, to both you and Mr. Douchebag, all I have to say is, you need to tell the difference between your facts and your opinions. I mean, dead-on facts and your opinions, of course. Even if it's not just your opinion, this doesn't make it a unanimous vote.
One, what was the point of that? All you did was add to what Pidrock said. There really was no point in what you've just said. Two, I'm pretty sure Pidrock knows there are commentaries worse than the one he's doing.
Genius. Really, dude? If Pidrock knows that there are worse commentaries out there, then why the hell would he be calling the Uncle Hammer's commentary incredibly awful? I never even heard him say something like, but at least this commentary isn't as bad as this other guy's commentary.
Is it really necessary to do? There's really no reason to go, well, this commentary was bad, but at least he's not as bad as this guy. It's rather pointless.
No, you fucking motherfuckface. It is not rather pointless. Pidrock 56 was not presenting any evidence that he had some sort of knowledge on there being commentaries worse than the Uncle Hammer's second commentary.
Because he doesn't have to. Me saying that your video is bad does not necessarily mean that your video is the worst video on the internet. It just means that it is bad.
Well, this is something new. I would have expected to see Waffle the cat dancing during the skip screen. Either way,
oh my god, we get it! You don't like skip screens! You do not have to say it at every single fucking skip screen! This is what we're talking about! You are as repetitive as fuck! And you don't see that!
Why, thank you for explaining what most people with a fucking brain already knows.
Well, in that case, going by what you just stated, I guess this means Pidrock 56 doesn't have a fucking brain. Because if he has a brain, then why the hell would he even be surprised or shocked that the Uncle Hammer knew the video he was commentating on was uploaded 2 years earlier?
Yeah, except that wasn't even the point he was trying to make. He was just essentially saying that Uncle Hammer was pointing out the obvious.
It's only obvious to those who already know. But those who've never heard of Ben the Looney, it's actually pretty helpful information.
I actually talked to MacBoy about this point, and he actually said that he done goofed. He was actually referring to David the Ranter's point as to how the timestamp is on the video itself. That is the obvious thing he was talking about, not Uncle Hammer.
It's statements like these that make me wonder if you're just a troll.
Newsflash, asshole. A troll is a mythical creature. I mean, elves are real, I know that, but I don't know about trolls. Also, how can a creature that lives under a bridge make spamful information like that?
Is this a joke? Or are you being serious? I can't tell. I honestly can't tell. He was talking about internet trolls. Internet trolls. You know, the people online whose sole purpose is to stir up drama? What?
Those are terrible reasons to consider a topic to be still relevant. Just because some people are still posting comments and the video's still up doesn't make it relevant. When people say someone is a dead topic, it pretty much means that everything you can say has already been said. There's nothing new you can bring to the table.
But if that's the case, then why didn't anybody already make a commentary video on the particular Ben Rant's video Uncle Hammer did long before he made the commentary?
Because the problems that he brought up were problems that existed in other videos that people commentated on? That's a reason.
Also, can you point out everything the Uncle Hammer says that had already been said by other people? Otherwise, you have no evidence.
That makes no sense. Why would MacBoy have to bring evidence that other people have made these statements? I mean, the video was 2 years old. Common sense would dictate that if not that particular video, then the user themselves would have been commentated on to death if their content was that bad.
I asked about the Frankenstein place, because I had never heard of it before. Though I did try to throw in just a tiny bit of humor in that statement.
So Modern Dave, you're on.
I'm sorry, but how does this make sense? You were being serious, yet you added in a bit of I don't know. I think that's just poorly worded.
I thought you said commentaries were supposed to be informative and entertaining, and at least that's what the Uncle Hammer was trying to do.
That doesn't change the fact that the point was worded poorly.
Who the fuck do you think you are, a retarded Texan? But I will admit that joke was actually pretty funny, even though it didn't even make any sense.
Actually, yeah, it does. Ben's a little cow, Uncle Hammer is a moron that feeds little cows, and Pidrox is a father that scolds the moron's son.
I'm sorry, asshole, but I had never heard of that joke when I made this commentary.
Well, at least I've heard of the joke.
I'm sorry, but how does this debunk Modern Dave's point?
It debunks Modern Dave's point because Modern Dave acted like it was an obvious joke.
Yeah, I'm going to cut you off. No, he didn't say that the joke was obvious. He said that the joke made sense, which are two entirely different things. And if you take the time to analyze the joke, yes, it does in fact make sense. May not be obvious, but it makes sense.
Oh yeah? Well, refer to what I said earlier, as I am not repeating myself either.
Well, here's what he said earlier.
Whoa! Goddamn! That part with Ben raising his voice scared the shit out of me. No, you dumbass! That's not what I was talking about. I was telling Pidrox to refer to what I said earlier about how he should just let the Uncle Hammer use the media clip he wanted to use, despite the fact that it was not his original joke and had been done many times before.
Well, I know that's what you were talking about. I think Modern Dave actually kind of explains it with this next statement.
And that, folks, is why you should clarify things.
Keep in mind that I'm just assuming here, but I think Modern Dave was essentially saying that you weren't specific which point you wanted Pidrox to refer to.
Come on, let's be serious now. There's a huge difference between a point and an emotion.
Too bad you said, refer to what I said earlier and not refer to the last point, not like it would make a difference because that's still somewhat confusing.
Well, sadly, Ben did not elaborate on why the Oscars were not needed. Otherwise, I wouldn't have asked him why.
Oh, really?
My gosh, I hate the Oscars.
Deja vu. For those of you that don't know, Mr. Douchebag eventually did the same exact thing that MacBoy is doing right now in his video. That, of course, is because Mr. Douchebag is a fucking copycat.
Or is a rather outstanding problem that begs to be pointed out.
One thing, they really shouldn't be needed because it's not fair that certain movies get awards because it's judged by an academy of people that think they know what they're doing. That's not fair because that's just their opinion. Just because you think it's the best doesn't mean others might think that. Heck, a lot of movies that have won Oscars I've hated. And I'm not the only one. Plus, a lot of times awards are given to movies that haven't even been seen by the public yet. I don't see how that's fair. You give the Best Picture award to a movie, but nobody knows what it is. That's real smart. Plus, the Oscars must have lost a card game with Pixar to have them dominating the animated scene. Not to mention, after awards are given to movies, nobody cares because they're looking forward to next year's nomination. In my opinion, Oscars are just used to give publicity to movies that the Academy feels that we should see. Well, screw you, Academy. I'll watch whatever movies I'm interested in.
Yeah, try paying attention next time.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I barely got anything from Ben out of that elaboration attempt. So you know what, Uncle Hammer, I don't blame you.
The problem still remains that Ben did explain the reason why he does not like the Oscars. Whether or not you agree with it is irrelevant.
Incredibly awful. Dude, I've seen videos 100 times worse than this one. It couldn't possibly be that bad.
You know, for somebody that uses the opinion card, you really don't keep that in mind.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
It means you're being a hypocrite. Simple as that.
Ha ha, it is to laugh.
And I'm stopping the video there. Trust me, you're missing nothing.
You liar! You fucking mother fuckface. Why you gotta give up so easily and lie right to the audience's face?
How is that lying? All you do is ramble, repeat past points, and extend the video long past the point it should be at. That's not lying. That's just acknowledging that continuing would be redundant.
Well, what else is there to say? It was a very horrible commentary with really poorly done point. I mean, it was so bad to the point where I'm wondering if these guys are legit. I mean, like I said, for all I know, these guys could be trolls.
Okay, one, don't hide the fact that it's just in your opinion that this was a very horrible commentary. Sure, other people may have the same opinion, but this is not a unanimous vote, like I said.
I know I keep bringing this up, but really? You see this? Yeah, that hasn't changed. That's still a 5.
And two, could you please stop calling these guys mythical creatures? It's really getting on my nerves, and I don't understand it at all.
You really don't understand what troll means, do you? And I will spare you the rambling hell. All in all, this was just a bad video. All the problems that exist when all in any of the David the Ranter videos are still present here. He rambles, he repeats points, and he drags the video for much longer than he should. This could probably have been summed up in a 20-minute video as opposed to the 40-minute monstrosity that it is. And that's not me complaining that the video is too long. That's me complaining that the video is repetitive, thus making it long. Anyways, I really can't say any more than that on this video, so this is Ranter signing off.